Shalom. This is an emergency broadcast alert, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, in whom we are in great debt. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, continue doing so, standing firm in the eyes of Torah, who I learned this truth from. To the elders, the bishops, Akim and Aquab, salutations and blessings to the house of David. We are the hopeful elect at GMS. This is your brother Quasiar with another quick hit. This is Matthew 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Why are they the beginning of sorrows? It's because you're beginning to see destruction before your eyes. Everywhere there's talk, there was talk about it. Now you can see it, and as you can see, people are being offended. And then shall many be offended. Why? People hear this word and they're offended. People going against each other and they're offended. Or should I say, some people might say they are being attacked for no reason. Meanwhile, they're the ones who are creating this chaos. So there's a number of different ways that this scripture can go when it says, and then shall many be offended. But mostly because the truth is coming out and it offends them. Because nobody wants to hear the truth. And shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And as you can see, there's a lot of hate going on. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And there's an example that comes to mind. Look, I have a hard time pronouncing his name, but they call him Bibi a lot of the times, And what did he say? He wants to pay Amalek back when he's Amalek, right? And he's saying, he's prophesying, false prophet, right? That they're going to take down Amalek. Meanwhile, they're Amalek. And then over here in America, you got all these other, JOO's lovers that want to save everybody, and in reality, all that going to be saved are Israel, the Israelites, the 144,000. But I just wanted to mention that because it's coming down to this. Let me show you something. This is Isaiah 4, verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Now, let me just say, first of all, that there's a lot of virgins out there, regardless of what you might think. There's still a lot of virgins out there. They haven't been touched, that are listening, and that the Lord has given them a little bit of wisdom so they can decide which way they're going to go. All right. So a lot of these women go to school, have jobs, and the Lord has them, to look towards men who are following him. Now you have other women who have lived already this life and want to drop the old life and want to begin a new one. Now, I'm not saying that these women are going to be safe, but the Lord might use these women, or should I say, will use these women to take care of his elect men. Because there's going to be a lot of men out there who are committing crimes, but when they see the chaos, they're going to, they're going to try to get straight as fast as they can. They're going to, they're going to try to do the right thing. But regardless, that evil spirit is within them, and they're going to be revealed regardless. So, when something happens, they're not going to contempt. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, they're not going to hold themselves back, and they're going to go to the evil ways that they used to. They're not going to look forward to the Lord, opening doors and closing them behind them, so they can, be at peace, and so on and so forth. All right, so these women are, a lot of these women are going to be willing to have babies from the elect men. And, I'm not saying that that's the way they're going to be saved, because in reality, only the Lord has the last word in saving these women and men who are eventually going to be saved, and the only way to be saved is by getting pulled up, and the beamed up, in other words, into these chariots, and then not a lot of people are going to make it up there. All right, and why I say that? Because, it's just begun. So you can hear this. So you can hear that over there right now in Iran, right? Iran attacks on Israel. So this is happening on Israel's, right? But this is going to begin to spread out. I know you might not think so. I've talked to some people, and they were like, "Oh no, that's not gonna happen over here, man. Don't worry about it." These people are in denial. They don't want to see that because they're living good. All right. I noticed that. It just clicked. The people who pretty much are in denial, that they don't want to see that this is going to hit America, they are living a good life. And when I say living a good life, I mean they're not being touched by no pressure. All right. They have a good job. They have a family. They have a house or an apartment, but they are living good. Nothing has touch them. All right. There's a particular individual that I have talked to that I've given him hints, and he keeps telling me, "Nah, man, don't worry about that shit. That's not gonna happen here." And I'm not gonna. And I just told him, "Okay, look, don't worry about it, man." So I stopped talking to him about it. So we talk, but I never bring that conversation up no more, because I know that he's so comfortable in Babylon. He's not going to understand. Anyways, Shalom. I think this took too long.